Give him the sauce real quick.
Told on that we at the kickback. Talk about this at the kickback. Talk about that at the kickback. Talk about rap at the kickback. Talk R&B at the kickback. You might find me at the kickback. Talk about sports at the kickback. Long stories are short at the kickback. Got guests of all sorts at the kickback. We at the kickback. We at the kickback. We at the kickback. We in the kickback. We in the kickback. We in the kickback. Yeah, we in the kickback.
This way,
You do what?
I said, if I look this way, I'm looking at Peter. If I look this way, I'm looking at Shamar. If I look this way, I'm looking at Chris.
This way, that way. All right.
I'm gonna just look.
Welcome back to the Kickback Podcast. This is our second episode as the Kickback Podcast, and today we have someone who's been familiar with the show. He's been on the show like when we're out of the Berg, like maybe like 2-3 times. If I'm correct.
At least 3 times.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Before I've done it twice. I don't. The third time, I don't remember.
It was 3 because we did it. We early when we were at my old crib in Alexandria. We came with Kuzan.
Yeah, your apartment by my dentist office. Remember that?
Yep. And then the second time you did a solo one. You did a solo one by yourself.
Yeah, that was like post pandemic. That was like when y'all started doing the Zoom joints.
Yep. I think you did one with Kuzan. Yeah. So it's 2 of them.
Kuzan was at your place.
No, you did another one with Kuzan. Yep. Yeah, you did another one with Kuzan.
Oh, and then we did. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's 3. But he's back again, and he blessed us with a theme song. You know what I'm saying?
Shit is fire.
Yeah, the old one we had, the ding ding ding, yeah, that wasn't good enough.
They're real free.
We needed something different. So shout out to him. What you been up to, man? How's life been? I see you producing, doing other things.
To be honest, life has been lifing. To be honest, unfortunately, but you make the best of what you got. So life has been lifing, but we keep pushing. So I've taken, I don't know. To me, it feels like a break from like music. It's not really because like I'm always syncing with this stuff, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not like it's not like how I was. I used to have like posting songs and stuff all the time, but I feel like I've slowed down, at least outwardly, like publicly. Like I make time most days to try to get down here and, mess around on beats or whatever. I just been teaching myself how to do beats and stuff because why not? But I don't know. Shows been coming relatively consistently throughout the summer. Did my first couple of out-of-state shows. So that was cool. We did one in New York. Really, it was Kuzan's show in New York. I just tagged along and did a song or 2 of them. That show was okay. New York's got a different energy. And then I did recently, just came back from LA not too long ago, did my first show on the West Coast, that was a cool experience as well. Shout out to Bemused by Expression or B by E. That's the label that organized the event. Shout out to those guys over there. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, nothing crazy new. I mean, I guess I got a little better at making beats. If it's good enough to, put at the beginning of your podcast, then must be doing something.
All right. Well,
yeah, we love that intro. We do.
Yeah, what was your thought?
Yeah, I wasn't,
No, you go.
I said I wasn't 100% sure if y'all were gonna like the beat at all, like at first, because I was like, is it too much? I was trying not to, like we were talking like off air. I was like, I don't want it to be too like, what I'm known to normally do, like the stuff. Like I had to fight the urge to throw a vocal sample in there and all types of like
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you when we first told you to do it. I thought there was gonna be a line or two about me. You know what you say about me, but or a little shot. I thought so. I was like, oh wow, but it sounded good.
That's personal friendship stuff. That's different.
Mm-hmm. I was like 150% waiting for that vocal sample though, or whatever little drop you was gonna put on there. I was waiting for it, but it never came though. I still really like that though. In fact, I was honestly, truthfully, like I was very impressed with it. To be honest with you, like I knew you could do it, and that's why we asked you to. But it was even better than what I was, like we were hoping for.
Y'all are like the first people that's ever like commissioned me to like do anything like that. To be honest.
Okay.
So,
yeah, well, people sleeping because they don't know your talent.
I was like, you want to like, do a good job, because not only am I doing this for my friends, like y'all, they approached me, they asked for this, and then this is going to be seen and heard by a lot of people that tune into y'all show. So I wanted to make sure, not only was it a good like way to what's the word I'm looking for, like represent myself, my production, and all that, but also like y'all want y'all intro song to sound good for your show. Nobody wants a trash intro song for their podcast, like
no,
or anything for that matter. So I'm glad y'all like it. I'm glad it came out the way it did. Yeah, and definitely like rapping on it was a whole other thing too, because that's like maybe the second beat that I've made myself that I've rapped on. Like, I'm not rapping on my beats. Like, I don't know. Like, not to say that I can't. I just don't. I don't know. I'm not like, it's a different. I don't know. The producer hat and the it's similar but different. Like, I feel like I make stuff that I'm like, okay, I can rap on this, but like, I don't know. I'm always, you're super critical of yourself, so you talk yourself out of it. But we'll see. Moving forward, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get over that hump.
That's interesting because I do hear rappers, when it comes to beats, they're very picky. Certain rappers are very picky. And usually the ones that produce for themselves are like, Cole, yeah, whatever, they're professionals. But usually the ones that produce for themselves, they do rap on their own beats. And you can hear that, I don't know, you can hear that they're kind of like trying to figure it out more compared to like if like somebody you fuck with does a beat for you.
Yeah, but interesting thing is actually literally, is it yesterday, 2 days ago? Yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago. I literally had a session over here, and I beat to the homie that was over here, and I heard him like, what he had to say on one of my beats, because I gave him like a beat that I actually had made intended to use for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so of course, like, hearing somebody else on that is like a whole different thing, because in my head I'm like, I would have never thought to go this way with that. Like, like it's always interesting, like, I guess from like the production standpoint, to like make something and you hear it one way, and then like it's interesting to see how somebody else's perception of that comes out, because it's always different. Like, oh, I would have never. And I've gotten that from the artist end, because I'm more. I've recorded more songs than I've produced, I'd say, like on other people's beats. I would definitely say like I've heard that too. Like I've definitely done some songs and people are like, that's not how I pictured like, someone like rapping on this. And so it's interesting to say the least.
Yeah. All right, that's nice. But you did the intro for us, and there's in hip hop been a lot of iconic intros. Just want to know within the crew, like, what intros do y'all feel are iconic or your favorites?
Define intros to like a TV show, a podcast.
For the sake of hip hop, let's just go hip hop songs. It's intro like on albums.
Just like the way that the beat starts on a song, or
just how the song comes in.
Oh, that's a good. See, now you're breaking it down.
Or like, or you
damn,
just
Peter.
Now, no, you break because you said an intro to a song, because that could. Just intro tracks. Intro tracks to album. Let's just do intro tracks to album.
Because listen, when you said that, the first thing that popped in my head is the Candy Shop.
I go to that. That shit trash. I'm sorry. Sorry, 50. Sorry, 50. That shit trash. Candy Shop. That was horrible.
Peter, bro, you know.
I'm not talking. I'm just saying. You said iconic. Like
that is,
if
I can
hear
tell
that,
man,
you immediately think like know what that is though.
Yeah,
like,
everybody would know what that is.
You know, when you hear that, exactly what that is.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's the New York nigga and be like, yo, 50, why are you doing that shit? You know what I mean? But but I mean, okay, you're right. You're right there.
But
because when I think of intros, I think of like, you know, the quarter sounds when you hear "What Up Gangsta" before you hear "What Up Gangsta," like that. That's like more appealing to me.
So like that Lil Wayne, like the lighter flicker and Lil Wayne song, we hear that.
Exactly. That's more iconic.
My intro. So that's I'm trying to get clarification on the question. Like, so by intro, like something like the Lil Wayne lighter flick, or like
I was gonna go track.
Okay,
intro
so
track to an album
and they title it like intro or whatever.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hard one because now I got to think.
Oh wait, what you mean like a literal intro track? Not
like
intro track. It doesn't have the very first song on the album. Yeah,
it doesn't have to be like a titled intro, but like the first track that just goes. You're like, oh shit.
So I got this computer here. Let's go to my.
I was about to say now I got Google
because I can't even think about like.
I don't remember his songs in track list order usually.
Track log.
Okay, so I don't even know.
I'm gonna go a couple.
Shit, I got mine.
What? I know it's gonna be. Say it. I know what it's gonna. I have an idea of what yours is gonna be.
What you think it's gonna be?
The joint off the Whitney Houston sample of the Drake album. Not the name of it. The beginning of Nothing Was the Same. That first intro track. Is that one?
Yeah,
it's that one. I forgot the name because that one was hard.
Tuscan Letter, bruh. Come on now, you know it had to be that. Either that or Champagne Poetry off of Certified Lover Boy.
That and one thing about that, I like that song, but then everything else on that album just kind of. That's another conversation. It's another conversation. You said Tuscan Leather. Yep, Tuscan Leather.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, yep. That shit was hard.
I don't know if I got one.
Two Dope Boys in the no. I'm gonna go.
I can't. Oh,
no. Show me the whole
what's
album. Show me the whole.
To Pepper Butterfly. Is that
Pepper Butterfly?
I think it's something Theory, right?
Yeah. Wesley's Theory. Yeah, that's just hard.
Yeah. Wesley Theory. I like that one.
DNA would also be DNA. Would DNA count?
Is DNA the first track?
No, the first track is
Blood.
Blood, but it's not an actual track.
I see blood. That.
Yeah.
I don't know, but come to think about it, like I don't feel like I'm really like an album. Like, what's funny is like in terms of like music, like me putting out music, like I always feel like I have to have some type of project. There's got to be some type of album, mixtape, whatever, by EP, whatever. But I feel like when it comes to actually like listening to music, I'm more of like an individual like singles person. Like more and more I scroll through my like Apple Music, like I rarely have an entire album on anything. Like I have like the songs I like and that's it.
Yeah.
With the exception maybe like the Carter series. Actually, I don't even have the entirety of the Carter series.
3P just reminded me. 3P.
3P is a good one though. That's a solid one.
3P. Oh my God.
Yeah, but when you said intro, I kept thinking of
wait a minute.
Dream.
I got mine.
Okay, well, control everything around me. I was thinking of the intro for that.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like the beginning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking of. We said like iconic.
The Mob,
Mm-hmm.
Carter 2.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Hard body. Yeah. Carter. Cash Money, Young Money, Mother. The Other Side. I don't know if I can. I don't know what the censorship is on this. So yeah.
To be determined.
To be really to be determined. Thinking for me, I'll probably go either the DMX one on the first DMX album, or the Dynasty intro on the Jay-Z album. Either those two. Between those two. And then
oh, wait a minute. I'm lying. Oh my God, I'm lying through my teeth. The Mob is up there, but that's my number 2. I know.
What's your number 1?
My number 1 is North Memphis off of Getty Green, Project Pat.
You know, there's one that we haven't mentioned that I'm surprised we haven't mentioned. That's the most iconic one, regardless of opinion.
What Jay-Z album?
No, it's not Jay-Z. It's not Jay-Z. Meek Mill.
Oh,
the Meek Mill, the Dreams of Nightmares. I
didn't remember that was a intro.
Is that the intro?
That's the intro.
Really?
You're right. I do remember that being the intro.
Favorite intro. I feel like the Dream, like the old Dream, the first or second. Which Dream Chasers was that off of?
Was that 3?
That was the album. That was off his first album, Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, I liked his mixtape intro, but I'm pretty sure he turned that into like a song. I can't remember what song it was, but I'm pretty sure he turned that into some song. But nah, mine is definitely North Memphis, Project Pat.
Project Pat, okay.
North Memphis, number 1 is short, sweet. It's like 1 minute and 39 seconds. Second of all, that sample came from a soap opera. What is it, like Days of Our Lives or something? And come on now, this is 1999. This is like the first like Pat album. He immediately hit you with the Pat like freaking done some refund. Yeah, like, come on. Yeah, that's me.
He's an interesting cat. That Chicken Head record, ahead of his fucking time.
Bro, a lot of Project Pat is ahead of his time. Still bumps to this day.
Yeah, Project Pat's a legend.
Plus, also, this is like one of the few whole albums I have like in my Apple Music too.
Okay.
Actually, my whole Project Pat section is all whole albums.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'd say Outkast, 2 Dope Boys in the Cadillac. That counts.
I was trying to think earlier. I was trying to think of what AT Aliens was, but I can't remember that one.
That's the intro. I think that's the intro to AT Aliens.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the first track. That's the first official track.
2 Dope Boys in the Cadillac is?
Yeah.
There's nothing before that?
I'm pretty sure.
Deeper than rap music is another one for me. Ross.
Which one?
Deeper than rap, Mafia music.
Oh, yup. That was hard.
Mm-hmm.
That was hot. I mean, see, with Outkast, they put like a voice intro and then they do the actual track. So,
nope. Up the album, shots at 50 immediately. Let's go.
Oh, when he talked about the bit, that was risque for him to do. I ain't gonna hold you at that time. It was risque.
Still one of my favorite Rick Ross songs. The beat hard, the bars. Hard.
Rick Ross got some. I'm just thinking. I'm not a star.
At Ross too. Like this is hard. White beater at a just a feast. White active gun things is
okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, Rick Ross got some dope intros too.
Other than that, it's probably like some underground stuff that nobody heard but me.
Okay, but let me change up the question.
That's 90%.
Let me change it up now. Like, okay, we did tracks. What about how the song comes in now? Because I think y'all said Candy Shot, and I was like, You know, that's in my opinion. But how the song comes in, the intro to how a song comes in.
Swishes and Doja, UGK. The guitar is amazing.
Again, I think I'm gonna go with Cream.
Followed by Players Anthem.
Or Shook Ones. Or Shook Ones. Cream
Shook.
or Shook Ones.
Oh, yep.
Shook Ones by the side. Two.
Okay, yeah.
Not for nothing. Oh, let's do it. Another solid intro.
Yeah. Yeah. They used to get the people going, like bro. You get that in the football locker room.
Yeah, bro. What every dreadhead was popping when everybody had dreads when Walker started.
Didn't have you just shake your head.
Made me want dreads.
I probably NY State of Mind is up there.
You said who?
NY State of Mind by now.
Oh yeah.
That's up there. Yeah, that's what I asked. What's it called? Mad City.
Mad City. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mad City. Is that Schoolboy Q doing the ad libs? The yeah. Is that Schoolboy Q?
That's just Kendrick.
I thought that was Kendrick. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like
Kendrick.
Also on the new album, United in Grief.
Y'all know exactly Wolf is, but Thunderman got a solid intro too. You may or may not have heard it on some meme too, because I feel like that's been a meme song before.
Probably. You said who?
Peter is gonna hate me for what I'm about to say, but
okay, go ahead.
Lil B, Suck My Dick Ho.
I haven't heard the record, but okay.
Actually, I take that back. Wonton Soup, the intro to Wonton Soup is like that. Yeah, nice.
You know, like I'll say this about Lil B. He's one of them rappers that I will never take seriously because he can rap, but he chooses to just do whatever. You sent me some stuff, right? And I took my time to really go through it.
Yeah, I think if nobody knows this, there's this little thing that me and Peter have. I fell off of it for a while, and then like he said something to me, and I was just like, you know what? I'm starting this over again. But for the better part of a year, at the beginning of each month, I would send Peter one little B song. Just randomly, just text him one little B song at the beginning of the better part of a year. And just to see how you would react to it. Just to see. And I got a couple W's in there. There was a couple of he was like, oh, this is all right. Oh, this is trash. Don't ever send me nothing like this again.
No, the thing with him, he has so many projects. And there's some like songs you'll be like, oh, it's good. And there's some projects he'll put like maybe 60, 70 joints. Bro, it sounds unmixed and unmastered. What was the point of well, I'll be like, yo.
Unmixed. You can be a volume, volume shooter. Volume shooter. Just flood the streets out of all hundreds of those songs. Something's gonna hit. Something's gonna take. It's also kind of the Gucci Mane method. But
yeah.
But thing with Lil B too is like some of those songs too. You got to remember too, like the mixing standards from back in that time are a little different than they are now. That's number one. Shit, half of my music is like terribly mixed. Like I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of my early stuff not mixed at all. Like just barely mixed. But I think the thing with Lil B is, no matter what you think about his actual music, his art, you can say what you want. He utilized all the tools he had at his fingertips, like at his disposal to, like, before Soulja Boy, before all them, he was the first one uploaded. Drop a song, video, same day. Drop a song, video, same day. Every single day, like something. Like the work rate is crazy. And that's my stance on it too. And then on top of that, so much influence. Like you wouldn't get half of the artists like whether they're street artists, conscious artists, a lot of them draw from Lil B, like it or not. And
all right,
it is what.
Okay, you said, and I'm not really a guy that's super. I like conscious rap. I'm a fan of conscious rap. Right? Lil B made an album called "I'm Gay" and thought that would be empowering, but he was trolling.
One of the best albums he's made too.
Dog, on all those tracks, he was literally rapping about nothing. I didn't care. I really he's good. He's good. He's good at what he does. Very good.
Hey, he just I like to look at it as he made it okay for people to have fun. You know what I mean? Like, you don't gotta be a stick in the mud the entire time. You know, you like music for those dudes in the club is just this the whole entire time. Like,
here's my thing. I don't have a problem with fun.
It's okay to move around.
I don't have a problem with fun. Just don't come out with an album saying it's gonna be a conscious album, and then you're rapping about nothing.
Hey,
it's not even fun. It's like, oh, nigga, what the hell was the?
I don't know, but anywho, moving on.
This is me and Sion. This is.
I don't. Yeah, you don't gotta take it there today.
Usually, this is me and Shamar. Okay, but
You used a hater. That's all I know.
I ain't no. Listen, I'm not a hater. Listen, I know. I get.
He's what you call a hip hop purist.
Exactly. Exactly. Just because I don't like Drake's dancing album doesn't mean I'm a hater. Okay?
I'm not the biggest Drake fan either, but you know, I'm not gonna ever say that he's not talented or good at what he does.
Yeah, he's very good.
But
he makes the menstrual
cycle. That, Chris.
He dropped nothing.
He makes the menstrual cycle for women. Like, he helps with that. That's
what Peter.
That's positive.
Good, and then he will say something good, and then he will give a backhanded compliment. It's like, bro, just to you either trash nigga or you don't say either trash him or you say something good. You can't say, yo, he makes good music for the females that are on their periods. Like, nah, dog. Like, either just say he makes good music or you don't fuck with the
women on their what do women on their period listen to? Drake.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's what they listen to. At least it sounds like he makes music for them. So I'm
all right. So all right. So next time I ask a girl that I know is on her period, I'm asking, like, what she listening to right now? If she don't say Drake, you don't come straight to your neck. I'm be like, hey.
Right, real quick, all you ladies out there,
please let us know.
Yeah, let us know if Drake is what you want to listen to while you're on your menstrual cycle.
I know when I'm sad, I don't play Drake. I play some real old shit. Or if I'm not feeling myself.
Okay.
Listen to Drake.
That's a good question, though. That's a good question. What do y'all play when y'all are sad? Like, what's y'all in your feelings like music like? You don't have to answer. If it's too deep.
Nah, it ain't. Well, I don't know.
Oh, you asking us when we're in our feelings?
Yeah, what's your
this is R&B.
Rock music.
Rock?
Like,
swear to God.
Like any specific rock like artist song?
Like, you know how like every like WWE pay-per-view got like had like a theme song to the pay-per-view? That's the shit I go down.
Soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Kuzan? Kuzan be listening to like all the WWE intros before we go on stage.
Right.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's into the click. He listens to the click. He does this all the time. The
Too Sweet. Yeah. But it's deeper than that with him. It's still real to him, damn it.
I know. Like, I've been on his page. He's really into wrestling and combat.
Like those, you'll listen to like all them like ring entrance songs, like you know. Chris, what about you?
Oh, I listen to a lot of that. What you call? You know, like the that study channel with the it'd be like the laid back hip hop beat. Yeah, the
lo-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you sad, that's your go-to?
That's my go-to.
I feel like mine varies depending on the type of sad I am. Like, if I'm just general sad, like, it depends. Sometimes I listen to some gangster shit just to kind of uplift my spirits, give me a little. But sometimes I listen to like I'll go to like Crit, like listen to some sad Crit songs, like I don't know. What is it called? I can't think of the name of the song right now. Sipping on this drink won't ease my pain. I can't think of the name of that right now. Down and out. It's called. I'll listen to that sometimes. If I'm sad over like some girl issue, then like I got a whole plethora of things that come on for that. One of my favorite is Big song called "Don't Tell Me You Love Me." Like the first album. That's one of my ones. Carl sad. And like I said, it just depends. It switches for me depending on like what type of sad I'm in. But I'll listen to like some old R&B, like some 70s like type R&B, 80s R&B. Not so much 80s because 80s be trying to make you dance too much. I'm not trying to dance.
That's fair.
But 70s R&B, like confunk.
So
that's
like some Teddy Pendergrass.
Not Teddy P, but like I'll do like the Confunction if you've heard of them. What? Sometimes the temp might come into play, like all types of stuff. Beauty's Only Skin Deep, stuff like that. Anthony Hamilton also comes up from time to time.
Anthony, Gerard.
Occasionally, I listen to him. I'm in my
me and Gerard went to see Anthony Hamilton, Joe, and Maxwell. And let me tell you this:
y'all been 40 years old.
Stop it! I knew you was gonna say this. If G's watching this, bro, Anthony Hamilton's set.
Gerard only because Joe is him, and like the next Gerard got like 10 more years before he's Joe.
I'm gonna say Anthony Hamilton's set is like going to church.
I believe it.
Every song,
he got a pastor voice.
Every song that's 4 or 5 minutes, he extends it.
Sounds about right.
You can tell that boy group in the choir.
So but it was dope. Like I shout to Anthony Hamilton.
Of course he did.
Yeah. What's my favorite Anthony Hamilton song? Come Where I Come From. Yeah, that's my. Where I come from. I know everybody likes to say Charlene.
I'm a Charlene guy.
Charlene, okay. That's yeah. It's like that the greatness in come.
Oh, he has this song with Crit too called Porch Light that I like a lot too. Chris know what I'm talking about.
That's another Crit.
That's right. You that's right. You the only other Crit fan that I actually like true blue Crit fan.
I seen him twice.
You seen Crit twice? True. I never been on concert.
Would you Chris, you told
I realized that he was gonna be there because I was at a Wiz Khalifa like concert. This is like when Wiz first came out, like the Rolling Papers first album tour. So like
this is wild.
Wiz, everybody was underground at that point. It was like Wiz, Mac, Crit, Currency, I think came out, and like Chevy Woods and like all of those guys, which was cool. And then the second time was when he dropped Cadillactica. I went to that at the Howard Theater. I went to the show for that tour, which was cool.
Yeah, what's it called? Didn't Suave tell you went to that show too, Chris?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Your cousin, right?
Yeah, my cousin. Crit's one of them.
Deeper Than the Ocean. That's another sad song for me. It's like this old Future song, ancient Future song called Deeper Than the Ocean.
That's okay. I like that you mentioned Future. What do you think about Future's music? And that's for everybody. I mean, I like, contrary to popular belief, I like some of the records that he puts in the clubs, but of late, and I don't know when this started, he's just been like associated to just the most toxic. Like you just think of toxic, a picture of Future just pops up.
He's been that though.
Yeah, but
I think it's been over. Like, I think it's been pushed.
I also think
now.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really listened to like newer Future. Like, I don't even know what the newest Future song I have is like on my daily rotation. It's honestly probably DS2, but
yeah, that's
Dirty Sprite 2 era Future. I love that. Like,
yeah, that's the only Future I fuck with.
I don't know if I mentioned this before, but like, cause you know I skate. Like when I had the headphones and skating and Free Coast comes on, it gets me in my bag. It's the funniest song that you just picture like skate and really like getting like, I don't know, something about it. The beat is amazing. But I don't know. I don't have a problem with Future. I don't mind it. I mean, I get my thing is with like a lot of the artists today is just everybody's heavily relying on auto-tune.
Yeah.
And it gets old. Like my ears get physically tired from hearing auto-tune. So when it comes to like artists like Future I can kind of tolerate just because he's been around longer. And I remember the sloppy days of Future's sloppy auto-tune.
Bro, man, what was that?
Montana.
What was that parody shit?
Oh no, Tony Montana. That's what it was.
What was that parody channel on YouTube?
I was recording my.
Yeah, yep. You just reminded me of that shit.
Delete that. Run it back. What you need to hear it for? But I messed up on one part. It was trash when you did it. Yeah, that part. That. Yeah, his auto tune used to be sloppy, but he kind of perfected that. But I don't know. To me, the overuse of auto tune is just like it's too much. That's why like I'll never be able to listen to an entire Lil Uzi album. I can't do it.
Jesus Christ.
I cannot do it.
Yeah.
I pick one songs. I'll listen. I cannot. Like
even
at least like
Uzi?
if he drops the album, I can't listen to the entire thing. I can't.
What about like Uzi, like Frostburg Uzi, when he went like early Uzi before he really started getting popular?
You know what's funny? I didn't go to that show.
Yeah, I ain't know either.
I was like, I knew about it. I just was like, I'm not going. Number one, I'm not about to go and listen to them perform the same two songs. They only like 2-3 songs. Like, I was like, number one, I'm not about to go listen to 2-3 songs like over and over. Like, what you need all that time for those 2-3 songs? And then on top of that, like I said, like I'm just like auto-tune things wasn't really sold on me yet. Like, I mean, he's had some songs where it surprised me where like the auto-tune is like a nice just accent to his voice. But then like most of his songs are like heavily auto-tuned and it's just like, all right, like it hurts. It literally hurts my ears. It's like, it gets annoying. All right, stop, shut up. But no, he's got a few songs.
When he first came out, because that was you said early Uzi, right? That was
2015, 16, give or take.
So okay. The African guys that I was hanging out with at the time, they were like, "Oh, Peter, let's go to Uzi show." And I was like, no. Like no, but I really didn't. I thought he was gonna be a SoundCloud rapper. I did not see this.
I mean,
yeah, I thought he was just gonna be that. I didn't see what's the record that came out that y'all trolled me with? All My Friends Are Dead. I did not see that. I did not see. Yeah, I did not see that big success coming. And I'm like you see, I personally I don't like it when artists use too much auto-tune. Personally, it's just
especially now because it's so oversaturated. The most annoying thing to me is when an artist says, "Oh, I'm different," and then their whole like catalog is all tuned down stuff. You're not different. I'm sorry.
I gotta
anything.
And that's why I started listening to.
You may have a slightly different flow, but the auto tune is gonna always overshadow that in my eyes. Like, because at the end of the day, that would have sounded way better in your regular voice. Well, some people's regular voice is just like they need that auto tune. But like I use auto tune, but like I feel like I use it in a way that sometimes you can't even tell. Like I use it to clean up stuff more than anything else. Like But hey, I mean, people seem to like it. So
speaking of autotune and the guy that really pushed it in the early 2000s, what did you think of his comments when he said, do something else? I'm tired of hearing the same. Okay.
It's coming from
the source.
Man himself. Do something else. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get it, because it's like, I feel like everybody does it. Everybody uses like the heavy auto-tune in their music nowadays, which like, okay, cool. It's like, and it's not even the fact that everybody uses it. It's like, you can tell when it's like, oh, you're using this because you genuinely like, this is your style. You genuinely like this sound. But you could also tell that like, oh, you're using this because you see everybody else using this and a lot of people making something off of this, and you think it's your get rich quick scheme. You're quick, you know, fuck it, like, and no, like,
and you know who I gotta blame some of the OGs for that though, because when they made hip hop into a business, that's when you saw people copying people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because like,
and I mean, to a degree, I won't even say complete copying, because everybody draws inspiration from somewhere, right? Like me, for example, I've never been to Memphis before, but like, I love it. Like, I use a lot of like old like Memphis club, Memphis funk samples, like, but I don't know. And then, I mean, there's been times where I definitely catch myself like doing like somebody's flow, and I'm like, oh, well, oops. But you know, especially when I first started like rapping, making music back in high school, like I wasn't even on like the Memphis like wave as heavy. Like I still liked it. Like I was a big Juicy J fan, like big, still into like Project Pat and stuff. But like, there's like, if I go back in time, like there's songs that like, I feel like I have like a whole Meek Mill flow. Like I have a whole like Wayne flow. Like it's weird. Like, and that's another thing that you got to kind of like, a lot of artists got to work on is like, yeah, play to your
influence.
I'm thinking your influences, but also like play to them, but like make it your own. Like put your own spin on it, put your own sauce to it. Like, and it's not all the easiest thing to do, but
yeah, I think historic. If you look at, I mean, this is not just now. I think people get caught like, you look at historically, people said what X sounded like, Ja Rule sounded like DMX.
You think there wasn't a piano player in the 1700s?
You know what I'm saying? Like
writing Beethoven songs? Like, yeah.
And people, there will be people that said Beethoven stole from somebody that we don't know.
You never know. Like, I mean, probably.
No documented proof.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, everybody didn't have a camera in their pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Or was.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, that's just the thing with me where I'm at with music. I just me personally, I just stick to what I know and like. And then there are some newer people that I would listen to occasionally. But the industry's just not what it is. It's just.
See, I kind of diverted from listening to like a lot of those like mainstream major artists like a long time ago. So I
haven't missed. I'll just say you haven't missed anything. It's just the same bullshit.
I still hear it, like and that's the other reason why I kind of diverted from it, because I was like even now, like say like there was like when people come up to me and say Drake drops the album, and they're like, oh, did you listen to that new Drake album? No, I haven't listened to it yet. Oh, you haven't listened to it? Why have you listened to it? Because I know that like, why do I need to listen to the album when I know that like y'all that are Drake fans are gonna find the best stuff off the album and just play it for me no matter where I go anyway. So what do I need to listen to the whole album for? And like the radio's gonna play it that same like minute that it drops. Like what do I need to go out of my way and search? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Certain artists though, like that I actually care about, I'll go and listen to. But like, or if I hear that's exceptionally haven't heard it and it's been out for like a couple weeks, months, like I'm like, all right, well, I'll go listen to it. Like, and then the other thing is with me, like my day job is like working with kids, so like, you know, when you work with a bunch of teenagers, like you're gonna hear what's new to them, to the youth, like. So there's that too, but that's just, and it's just like for me, I've always been like the guy to go on. Like even in high school, I was on Hot New Hip Hop and all the blogs and all that. Just that piff, looking up like okay, just finding stuff for myself as opposed to like you're supposed to listen to this because everybody else likes this. Like let me go figure out what I like, you know, and.
That's what's up.
Then maybe I'll get to that other stuff. Like we'll see.
That's what's. I mean, you're not really missing much with the Drake album. No shade. Just you're not missing much.
He has one song just dropped because he just dropped something not too long ago, right?
Yeah, the dance album.
There's a song on there that makes me so incredibly furious that he has, and people love it.
Is it the one with 21 Savage?
No, it's not the one with 21 and Project Pat. The Knife Talk joint, I'm not talking about that. That's older too, isn't it? That's older.
No, he has another track.
Oh, I haven't heard that yet then.
Okay.
But he has one, or maybe it is 21. I don't know. But all I know is he samples. There's a Player Fly sample. If you don't know who Player Fly is, he's like an old Memphis legend. Like he started with 3-6 and then there was like drama and he like left this 3-6 and blah, blah, blah. But he has this song called Just Awake and Shaking, and it's sampled in some Drake song. And I heard it for the first time, literally when I went to do this LA show, the DJ played that. So I hear the sample and I'm like, oh, like what? You're about to play this? Like, oh, way you're about to play this. Then I hear Drake come in and I'm like, oh, like.
So you're not mad at the song. You're mad that you were like, oh, you thought it was going to be something that, and then it turned out not to be, and it's ruined it for you.
Yeah. Also, like, I would have respected it if Drake actually, like, I feel like he didn't do justice to the same, like.
See Peter over there, happy shit. See, look.
What? I'm
in my eyes, like, that is not how that sample should be used, like, at all. Like, it hurts my soul.
Look, Peter's just happy he has another person that shit on Drake.
Oh, come on. Don't do this. Listen.
Look at everybody that's look at the YouTube video.
He has his song I like, but it's just that particular
Drake. Listen, Shamar, Drake is dope. I don't know how much else I gotta say this. And I don't hate him.
But
when he sings.
Oh, okay, I guess it is the song with 21 Savage. It's called Jimmy Cooks or whatever.
Yeah, Jimmy Cooks, yep. That record hard though. I like that record.
No. No,
we did. See Shamar. I like the record. I like the record. Jimmy Cooks was. I love that record.
You don't use that sample and then start rapping on the song all soft and like no. This is Fly. This is Player Fly. This is cocaine snorting Fly. Like you don't.
See that? See right there. That's my frustration when he sings. I hate that shit. Hate it.
Man, I just see some hating ass Negroes in this chat right now, but that's all right.
Listen, man.
One nigga can't sing and the other nigga just wasn't too hard. It wasn't hard.
I can't. I like some of the stuff off his last tape was okay. His last album was okay. However, Knife Talk, I really only like that for the features, but still. Like he should aim like that on this. Like you're not about to just use like why would you even use this sample of Fly in this song? Like
I mean, but you can say at this point Drake is just doing it because he knows anything he puts out is gonna hit. But it's gonna hit, or people are gonna hate on it regardless of whether it's actually good or not.
It's to a point where it's like I feel like he doesn't even care about the music no more because he knows that he could just breathe on the track and it's gonna do well.
No, that's the thing.
Another thing that I take issue with, and not just Drake, a lot of artists that are on that level is like care about what you're doing, like some more. Like I get it, like you get all this money and you don't have to, but like you should.
And he paves the way, and this is no shade either. He kind of paved the way for like the Jack Harlows.
How so?
Did you hear the last Jack Harlow album?
I didn't.
It sounded like he sounds like a bootleg Drake. Like I just don't. What was the record that came out that's on the radio every day that had to like just what's the is it First Class?
The Glamorous, yeah, the Glamorous.
The only thing I liked about it was the sample. I didn't like.
I just played the first second of it, and I'm terrible. You can't behind that sample and then be life. Okay, I'm sorry.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like he's paved the way for some. Listen, man.
Flat, monotone, no energy. Anyway.
Man, you are spitting. You are.
Peter just one happy ass motherfucker today. He said, "Look, I got another thing."
Me and Peter might agree on something.
Should I be saying about him? Monotone.
You basically saying what Peter wants to say, but Peter knows I'm gonna get on his ass. See, you ain't here enough, so I ain't gonna get on your ass. I'm gonna let it happen. But Peter knows he be doing that shit all the time.
This is a song by song basis. This is one song. Like I'm not discrediting. Like I mean, like I'm not gonna sit here and act like in 10th grade I wasn't on the So Far Gone, like Best I Ever Had, all that Uptown. I still listen to that to this day. But like, there's certain songs that he does and certain like samples and stuff that he just. You had no business touching that. I don't care if your father is from Memphis. You had no business touching that and then doing that to it.
What you think? What's the record he did on the third? Nothing Was the Same. What's the record he did that was super like Memphis influence? I fuck with that record. Worst Behavior. What you think of that record then?
I actually like that song.
Yeah, that was solid, right? I don't remember all like right off, but I remember first that was solid.
Lewis says it really could have been. It was just the fact that he had Juicy J and Project Pat in the video.
Okay.
Like I feel like that was more the Memphis influence, but I actually did like that song.
Okay.
Because I like when he pauses and he goes, "Remember?" But I like it.
That's just, I like Drake to a certain point. After like Views.
No, but that's most people. I think really after Nothing Was the Same was the last like all right, like yeah.
I would say what did he put out after? He put out a mixtape after that.
Nothing Was the Same. Then it went to Views, and then
no. He put out a mixtape.
Late. If you're reading this, it's too late.
Oh yeah.
That's why. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. The mix. That's the last. Like that was the last. Like yeah, that's cool, Drake. And then it's like all right. Now everything else, like you get a couple good songs on the album.
I think Nothing Was the Same was the last Drake album I like actually tapped into. Like everything else was just like I'm gonna just let all the fans play it for me. Like I'm gone.
After he bodied Meek, because when he bodied
Nothing Was the Same came out when 2014,
2013.
Yes, and like 2 years later. Like I'm on SoundCloud every day, finding new songs every day that everybody told me, oh, these guys aren't going to make it. And then now, you still hear about Kodak Black. You still hear about 21. You hear about your ex's name, may rest in peace. You still his name thrown around still. Like you still hear about a lot of those guys that they said weren't going to do nothing. So you still hear my dog. You hear my dog vote.
See, this goes back. Me and Sion had the discussion a couple years ago. We went deep because we saw the 2016 cover or 50? One of those covers. Yes. And I said at that time, and not now. It's not how I feel now. At that time, I thought hip hop was dead.
You had no faith in none of them.
I had no faith. I had no faith in Kodak. I had no faith in 21. I still don't.
The argument wasn't dead. It was just going in a different direction than you thought it was going to.
Very much that. I was very much the joke buddy.
Baggy jeans forever.
Listen, man, it's not about the baggy jeans. It's about
the
baggy jeans. It's about the quality of the damn music.
It was
like these emo rappers. How dare they?
At the time, I ain't get it. It was different, and now
how dare these rappers have feelings and express music?
Not everybody wants to be a killer.
These rappers have any feeling other than anger.
Kodak, for the most part, he be saying a lot of angry shit for the most part.
He's from Florida. They all angry in Florida.
Everybody.
21 Savage? Come on, man.
He's from England. The Queen just died. He got to get that stuff off his chest.
Exactly.
R.I.P. the Queen.
Yeah, I actually saw 21 on the
Uzi lost Big Panther. It's okay.
See?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, listen, I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. I like Kodak now. I like the new record he put out. What's the song of it? The Goblin something. I forgot the name of it.
Super Gremlin?
Super Gremlin. I like that record. I like 21 Savage. I think he's dope. So yeah, I was wrong. I mean,
let's run into the present. Like Peter, especially. I'm interested to hear this from you. But who, like, of the artists that have recently, like, last like 2-3 years that have come out, who you listening to? Who do you like? And I bet it's Griselda. But anyway.
I was about to think, like, I have to say Griselda. I have to put in there. Are we saying new people that just popped up on the scene?
Yeah, like recent, within the last, like, let's say from 2020 to now.
2020 to now?
Yeah, so before the world ended.
Let me because there are newer artists in here. I'm sure that I was. Does JID count? JID.
I feel like I heard his name like a little bit.
Actually, no. Scratch that.
I was about to say, I listened to JID in college.
Coast Contra.
Never heard of him.
When you listen to Coast Contra, you will understand. Like, you are like, yeah, this is some Peter shit.
Mm-hmm.
Coast Contra.
There is a quiet little boom bap resurgence too, like in the depths of the underground. Like, dog, Paul Wall is doing boom bap like kind of songs right now.
Really.
Yeah, and I like watched the interview with him, and he was like, "Yeah, I always liked this kind of like rapping like this, but like being from Texas and where I'm from, like that's just I never got the chance to really do that. But now he's been doing like some boom bappy type of stuff and different."
Listen, I'm convinced that Paul Wall is a black man in a white man body.
Just grew with black.
Draft dad.
Yeah, he's out of all the white rappers, he's the one that I look at like, okay, yeah.
I agree.
you really like that. Like,
I like Paul.
Yeah. Him and Mac Miller are like two white rappers that I really respect. And Eminem, but for Eminem, that's a different reason. But Eminem.
Rest in peace. Like Malcolm James too. It's Malcolm, by the way.
Yeah.
But
any.
But yeah, I would say Coast Contra would definitely be in there. Yeah, so Freddie Gibbs is it.
Gibbs been out for a while because I used to rock with.
Yeah, Freddie Gibbs been out.
Yeah, I was about to say I listen to him.
Toby. I don't know how to say his last name, but Toby.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the one that should know more than us.
Listen. Is
it?
He has a Nigerian last name. Nigerian's last name.
Is it G-Way?
Huh?
Is it in G-Way?
Yeah. I think.
Because my pops had mentioned him the other day and like butchered his last name.
Toby Ingwe.
That's like Toby. Toby's solid. I like.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Big Boy.
I can see that.
He reminds me of.
He reminds me of Big Boy, but he also reminds me of this rapper from Charlotte named Dinero Ferrar. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but they have a similar like they got like a very similar tone to their voice. But I like
another guy is in the video. I don't really remember exactly, but that does sound familiar. The name.
Yeah.
I would like him too, Chris. You would like Toby.
Oh no, I know Toby. I'm talking about the other dude you said.
Oh, De Niro Ferrar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been around for a little bit too.
I also like Doughboy.
Doughboy from Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know who Doughboy's right hand man's is?
Yeah, Chapo. Yeah.
You know, right now Chapo's a whole vampire, and I'm struggling. But I do like Doughboy. Doughboy's solid.
And then, there's some mainstream people I occasionally rock with, like Baby. The Baby, he was the one. I thought he was going to be the one, but I don't know what's going on with him. Like,
you can't do that. I tripped and fell, rolling downhill flow on everything. I'm sorry.
Literally.
It's kind of what the Baby sounds like to me. Is like picture somebody tripping and falling and rolling down like big.
Yeah.
Like hitting all the bumps on the.
No, the way you described it is perfect because that's really how he be rapping.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought he was gonna have like a Ludacris T.I. art.
I don't really, and the thing with him is I don't completely understand what happened with him. To be honest, I don't completely understand what happened with the Baby and like why or what, like, because it's not like his like off stage, out of studio like antics are that much different from anybody else's, but like I don't know what really, and I don't know if it's like a behind the scenes label thing. They're just not pushing him or whatever. Like
that's why
I think because when we were knee deep in the pandemic, he had the record with Roddy Ricch that went number 1. And he was even though people didn't fuck with that album, he was actually doing well.
Roddy's another one. What I feel like he was supposed to have been.
Yeah, that's another guy that's kind of like, yeah.
He kind of disappeared too into the back.
He put an album out last year, and it came and it went.
Yeah, that was the album with the box on it, right?
No, the box was 2019.
See, I don't even remember like the second album.
See, yeah, the second album, because he had one record that was on the radio. I forgot. I know the song. I just don't remember the lyrics.
Speaking of the intro on Roddy's first album, best song on the whole album, and that includes like the box. Like that's the intro was the best song on his whole album, his first album, in my eyes.
Yeah, Roddy's he produces too, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, he may. I don't know, but not to my knowledge. But they were saying he was going to be like the next one up. Talking about like, he went to Atlanta to learn all this stuff about rapping and music, and then he came back, put into that album, and then that second album, he just kind of fell off.
Yeah, because Oh, the record I'm thinking about from Roddy's Late at Night. That was the song that was like on the radio occasionally, and I would hear it at different events. Okay. Late at night,
mm-hmm.
And that was a cool record, but nothing came after that.
Right.
Wait, was that Roddy Ricch, Late at Night?
Yeah, Late at Night. Yeah, man.
I was about.
Yeah.
But so you said Griselda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coast Contra.
And then
Doughboy.
Okay, that's a solid 3. It's a solid 3. I mean, I haven't heard the person, but out of the other ones, like, I like I got a little Benny on my playlist. 5 to 50 still one of my favorite songs. I'm Conway and all of them cool.
Conway, I'm gonna say this now. Conway's the best.
Sorry, I can't not do it.
That's West Side. That's hey yo.
I know, but I was getting to that. I was West Side, but like I can never say West Side first. I have to do the AO first. I have to. But them dudes are solid for sure.
Yeah.
What about you two?
Well, I mean, mine is pretty much the same. I've been listening to Griselda before. I think it was even cool, just on accident because YouTube. You know, like you just be listening on YouTube and then all of a sudden you just like, I don't know how I got here, but I'm okay with it type stuff. I've been on them for a while. It feels like, and then of course Toby. I've been listening to him for I guess 2 years now.
The SWAT.
Post Contra, I think me and Peter came around them the same time.
Yep.
Either I sent you the video or you sent me the video. Either way,
I saw it. I saw the video of the freestyle, the table freestyle, and then you sent it to me again.
Oh,
and then I was like, "Yeah, I've been on it. Like, yo, this is my them niggas is." So just to give you a little background, they do a little thing on the table where they rap over old school beats, and they did one over a JID beat that went viral. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's a few. Oh, there's one. There's this girl, this English girl. I can't think of her name.
Sims, right?
Sims, yeah, Lil Sims. I like Lil Sims.
I've heard of her. I haven't got a chance to listen to her like yet at all. I used to be on it with my UK artists. Like I used to really, like heavily into them, but I haven't really kept up as well as I once was.
Oh, that's another thing that that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not even gonna go there with drill. I'm not even gonna go there. Shout out to
waiting
Chicago.
for that to die.
Huh?
I said I'm waiting for that to die out.
Shout out to Chicago. Though I went to Chicago last week. The true originators of drill. Shout out to them.
True originators of drill, but drill as we know today, UK is the originator of that sound. Don't let New York.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Those beats were in the UK first. Or what about you? You quiet up there.
I mean, I really don't listen to new music other than whatever my athletes were like, yeah, coach, you got to put this on. So I would say Rod Wave, I guess he's not like new, but like, I mean, I feel like since you said 2020, I feel that's when he really started, like, I started seeing his name pop up more often.
Shout out to Rod Wave. I don't really listen to him, but shout out to him for giving all the big guys hope.
I like Rod Wave. It's just he sounds
Ross, and then he went and lost some weight. So now
Rod Wave sounds like trap church music.
They said he was just a rapping Ruben Stutter.
Okay. Trap church
or
music.
I mean, Gunna's been out since we were in college, but I guess I don't know. I feel like Gunna really didn't start popping. Yeah, he had a couple. Like I remember Drip or Drown that came out like 2017. That's probably one of my favorite Gunna songs. But like, yeah,
no idea.
But like, I would say he's another one. Like, granted, he's not like new, but like, I feel like just him being more popular since like the pandemic, that would be somebody that I would throw in that. That's someone I actually do listen to.
I didn't start hearing about Gunna until maybe like 2 years ago, really.
Yeah, Gunna, 2019 or 2018. That's when I first heard of Gunna.
Hey, you'll be proud of that. I like that P Power joint. That song has Drake on it. I like that jump.
Yeah, that's good.
Like that.
I was gonna ask, since Shamar, your OVO, what do you think of Division? If you've heard of them.
Division. They're still around.
Yeah, they actually have a song that's been kind of going crazy. If I Get Caught. Never heard that song? If I get caught cheating,
I'm not up on my R&B like I should.
Yeah, Division. It's the dude that produces for Drake and
I said, because I'm gonna tell y'all where I've been at musically in a minute, like in a second. But go ahead, Division.
Yeah, Division. They just put out a track that's been going crazy.
You know,
I them, but I never Yeah, I don't.
If
It's
you would have
hard
asked me in high school about
the R&B world because I don't really know what to look for in R&B anymore.
I mean, people have been saying R&B is dead. There was a conversation about that, but
I don't know if it's dead because like people are definitely still singing. Like, I mean,
as long as Usher and Chris Brown is alive and Tank,
maybe I feel like maybe male R&B is kind of dead. Female is still like you have Ari Lennox, you have like all of those like Summer Walker, all of those girls, like you have them. But I feel like male R&B, like it's the days of like a dude crying in the rain are like over. Like I feel like now a lot of the guys that like men that sing, like they all low key want to be rappers. Like they don't really like they're all, you know, you can see it. It's, they all
like
Tory Lanez sings, but he calls himself a rapper.
Who?
Tory Lanez.
See, you know what's funny about Tory Lanez is Javon actually put me on to Tory Lanez.
Exactly.
And it was in 2013, and he had this song called Balenciagas where he was not singing at all. So then when he came back around singing, I was like, this is the same guy? Like, I didn't... So like, I was introduced to Tory Lanez as he was a rapper in my eyes when I first... But, I mean, you know, people grow, change. I don't know. Maybe that's just
Yeah, no, but like if I'm telling jokes, I'm a comedian. But if I come up here and start rapping or something, I'm a rapper, right? I'm like I could be a comedian who's a rapper, but at that moment I'm a rapper. I'm not a comedian.
Yeah, that's Duval,
Lil Dicky,
comedic rappers.
Yeah.
Well, shoot. I mean, I listen to technically, I guess that too then, because like I've been deep in the Detroit, Flint, Michigan bag. The last like couple years at this point. Lovely.
Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah. Wine J, Peasy, Iceware, Rio, Louis Ray, all of those guys. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, go to TikTok. They'll know. You know the. My man Jay. But
I think male. I don't know if it's male R&B is dead. It's been embarrassing itself. If you saw Ray J recently or the verses,
that's like old. Like Ray J is not a good example because Ray J is more or less a one-hit wonder when it comes to music. Like he's done a bunch of other stuff, but like musically, name me another Ray J song. You can't. You only really know One Wish.
I know what. Well,
and that's just.
I don't want to expose how old I am. I know a couple of Ray J joints, but I'm not gonna.
I mean, he's had other songs, but like the average,
his biggest one.
Okay, yeah, the mainstream one.
Yeah, like you're only gonna really know One Wish, and let's think about it. Like after that time period, like when's the last time you heard Ray J make a song?
Sexy Can I? That was big.
Okay, I forgot about that song.
I forgot about that too.
That was big. I just thought of that in my head because I was like, yeah, that was a big one.
Still like 2008. Like,
yeah.
I say we were in middle school, right?
Yeah, well, middle school.
Remember that man hit it first too.
Yeah,
that shit was trash.
But like, what are you looking for? The glasses that are indestructible but break immediately.
That's my okay.
Okay.
So that Versus is literally that's just like a dude that made one song and then hasn't been practicing singing all these years.
Omarion too. He oh Lord, he sounded horrible.
Yeah, but you see, that's what I'm saying. Like all these guys that we're naming, like all came out when we were children. Like you know what I mean? Like we were kids. Like the artists that sing, like the only artist, like male R&B artist that's still like prevalent is probably Chris Brown and like not even Trey anymore. Trey is kind of Usher. I mean, Usher still exists. I don't feel like he's like not like
musically important.
I mean, he's important. But I'm saying recent years there hasn't really been any like big like male R&B like artists. Like I feel like the last one we got was maybe Bryson Tiller, maybe The Weeknd. Like, and
Would you put Bruno?
Now, Bruno's like a pop artist. Bruno is my man. Cocaine Bruno is a pop artist.
Cocaine Bruno.
You can't tell me Bruno Mars don't do cocaine. He just got that look.
he dressed like it though. He dressed like it.
Yeah, that's why I call him Cocaine Bruno.
But I mean, male R&B, I just think it's funny because like the rap, like, and I'm not trying to go at whoever, but I just feel like the rappers want to be emotional and the R&B dudes want to be hard and tough.
Exactly.
Like I'm confused because.
But I feel like there's not that many R&B dudes that are around right now to me. Like, I feel like
you ever heard of Brent Fires?
Oh well, Brent, yeah, from here. But Brent. Okay, so yeah, you got Brent, but then who else you really got? That's about it.
You got Black, but he hasn't put out anything in a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the male R&B scene is kind of scarce.
Yeah, I could.
All right,
I can see. I will catch you, man.
See you, bro.
It's been good to talk with you.
Yeah, we're probably gonna wrap up in a couple minutes anyway.
Stay woke, everyone. Stay Black, white, Puerto Rican, Dominican, whatever you are. Stay Asian too. All everybody. We love everyone here.
All inclusive, like your man Drake.
Age.
Yeah, I know he's gonna go on a rant as soon as I leave this room. That's all right. Go on your little rant. I'll catch you when I listen to it back.
Shout out to all the Beige brothers.
Now let's talk about the Pancake Militia brothers.
What?
Oh man,
the Pancake Militia.
I don't want to know the Pancake Militia.
Just the dudes that lick their lips every time they see you.
Okay. No, R&B has been. I don't know. I don't keep up with it enough to really have like a strong opinion. But I feel like from what I've heard, like I don't hear too many male R&B artists like around me.
I mean, it's all like I think right now the women are killing it. It's their time. Like her, Janae Aiko, SZA, Summer Walker,
is dominated,
Sullivan,
which is cool. I like it. It's cool. But
yeah, the men.
No, but y'all were right though. It's kind of like the R&B singers of today, at least the males anyway, are becoming more like, I guess, rappers, at least in their mentality. Like you get like a Brent Fires. I still haven't listened to his whole album, but he's just kind of like that. That I got rapper energy, but I'm singing type dude.
Yeah, but yeah,
he's another guy that they throw in the toxic box.
Yeah,
Brent. Or
Brent. Yeah, they always say that man toxic.
It's dark as hell up here. All right, I gotta find a charger. My phone is gave me that 10% warning.
Oh shit. Oh, yeah, then. But yeah, I think everything's in cycles. I think R&B once, the ones that can do it, take it seriously, it'll resurface on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like to me, like guys like Usher, Chris Brown, and all of them. And one thing about R&B, and this is just my opinion, those records have more of a lasting effect on people.
Yeah.
That's why people like want that shit back so much. So
and you can really just consider this kind of like a phasing out kind of, because there's really nobody who's filling in that void for a Chris Brown or Usher if they were to go away right now anyway. So you could say, but they're becoming less prevalent in music today. So you could say they're kind of being phased out. Then for the next to my knowledge, there's no next generation being phased in now. But there's potential for it to happen.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't really see. Like I said, R&B is different. I don't know.
And I also think that what also the men, a lot of them tripping. Like Trey Songz, recently he got banned from a Tycoon Weekend for fucking up. You know how crazy you have to be for 50 Cent to ban you from someplace? It's 50. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, and then Chris always has some shit, whether true or not. It's like it always follows him. So
Chris always gets into something, but that's really like all you got. But I don't even remember how we got to R&B. But yeah, like.
But yeah, I don't even know how we just got there magically. But I think we should wrap up soon. Yeah, we should. But yeah, what would I wrap this up with? Just for like music going forward, right? Where do you see, as far as like just hip hop, where do you see it going? Like, do you think we're gonna ever get to a point? Because I just thought about this the other day, right? When we were kids, we had to wait for everything to come out. Like, we had to wait, and we had to sit, and we had to. If you wanted to find something, you had to go into your mom's fucking basement, and find a CD somewhere, or like go deep in the internet, LimeWire shit to get shit. Now everything's instantaneous. So sometimes you don't really appreciate what you have because it's too much.
It's an oversaturated market for sure. But I also think that like what people got to remember too is hip hop is one of the youngest genres of music like around. So of course it's going to be oversaturated. There's no doubt in my mind. Like I mean, like even looking at like there's a million, billion, trillion like R&B artists dating from the 60s to like now. You know what I? Granted, all of them aren't household names. All of them aren't like completely like up there. But like music has a way of kind of filtering stuff out. You know what I mean? Like, and it won't be like I think, and also with the technology we have now, like even though it might be filtered out of like the mainstream eyes, like it's always going to be there for people that do like it to find it.
Yeah.
And like that's how hip hop has kind of been too anyway. Like you kind of find what you like. And I think as hip hop progresses, it's gonna mesh with more and more different genres of music because the kids that are growing up in the culture, they bring that culture with them. Like that's why you have quote unquote emo rap, because in the 90s there wasn't like the guys coming up in the 90s were coming out of the 80s, so like they didn't have like Blink-182 and like all those bands and stuff to look up growing up, so they didn't think about mixing it with that, like you know what I mean. Like so I mean I think it's gonna diversify even more, which is I think is a good thing as a whole, like as far as there being something for everybody to listen to, for every type of person. There's going to be something for that person, which is good. I think everybody needs something for themselves, something that represents their culture, their subgroup, whatever of humanity. The scary part of it is just what the industry behind it is going to do, like what's going to happen there, because you see, in the early 2000s, the industry kind of fucked over a lot of artists with bullshit deals and stuff. Now you have a lot of you have the huge independent movement now, which is cool. A lot of people are independent and able to kind of progress off their own themselves. You know what I mean? Able to support themselves. It's just easier to get your music out there without having to go elsewhere for that. You could do it all yourself, or you could get like a little small team of people you trust and are close to work on that for you. So all in all, I think it's headed in a good direction. There's a lot of and I think there's a lot of places that you never thought like artists were going to come out of that are popping up now, which is cool to me, because now, like, for those of us that don't live or didn't grow up in those places, you get to kind of hear about them and get kind of the perspective of what life is like they're like, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, like there's rappers in Australia now. Like, what? Like, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? There's rough neighborhoods in Australia. Like, what? Oh, I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, what's that like? Rough neighborhoods in China. What's that like? You know what I mean? Like, they got it's everywhere now, which is cool. Like, and I think it's just always been inevitable. Like, there's a lot of people that try to gatekeep it and be like, oh no, this is strictly a New York. Hip hop hasn't been strictly a New York thing in a very long time. Strictly, it hasn't been a strictly East Coast, West Coast thing in a very long time. You know what I mean? So I think it's just, and that's just natural. Like, you got to think too, like at one point, rock music was probably just like some regional something. You know what I mean? It was like a regional thing, which was blues, which was mainly the South. And now, like, rock music is everywhere, like legitimately everywhere. Like, not only is it everywhere, there's different kinds of rock music. You have your classic rock, your punk rock, your whatever else. Like, they have all types of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Metal music is an offshoot of rock music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all. So I mean, it's inevitable. I think hip hop is gonna grow. Rap is gonna grow as a culture. It's gonna blend and mix with a bunch of other stuff, and that's okay. And the way we have access to music now, like you said, we don't have to wait for everything. You could just kind of go find what you want to hear and then go listen to it. You know what I mean? So in that way, it's kind of nice. The drawbacks to that, though, are with it being as oversaturated and people having the ability to go listen to what they want and exactly what they want. There's a lot of talent that's going to go unseen and unheard because it's not, quote unquote, forced upon them. Like, you know, it's not like the old days when you have to listen to the radio because there was nothing else. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff you said I agree with. I'll say to the part about the industry and record labels. There's gonna come a point where they're gonna die out because, to me, if you're an artist, right, in this time and age, you don't need a label. All you need is distribution. You don't need a sign to somebody to do what you can do by yourself. And
I agree with that, but I also feel like some people might need that though. Like, because I definitely like the independent, the creative freedom, but at the same time, like, I'm not business minded. So like, I do everything myself because I mean, I don't have a choice at the moment, but like, you know what I mean? Like, some artists, like, they genuinely like need that, like, as far as like, they need those resources, but I'ma always argue for the independent route. But I see the value in some people having that because, yeah, like, some people just aren't like, some artists, like, all right, I only want to focus on making the music, which is kind of how I am, is like, I'm not going to jeopardize any of the creativity for anything at the end of the day. But
I feel that. I just think
depends on how the deal is structured with the label too, though.
Yeah, I just feel like if you know, if you're working on your own, a lot of these artists today, they already have. It's not like before where you had to like get a label's attention by having a demo, and they can find your fan base.
Yeah, they got stuff that they just did at home in their basement, just like me.
Yeah, but you can literally put out music and find your niche crowd already. You can find certain things already, and you can do all of that yourself. The only thing the label will probably do is probably manipulate radio and put a budget behind you.
But that does something though.
It helps. It helps. It helps, but I think eventually, if there are enough indies out there Who needs radio? Because radio right now is dying out.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like,
I mean, all the money.
Think about it from a podcasting perspective, right? Because we're podcasters, right? Like we do okay as an independent podcast. We do have people coming back consistently every week. We know that. We know that for a fact. But if we were being produced by let's say an iHeartRadio, right?
Okay.
They're a big company. We wouldn't even have to worry about looking at numbers because we know we'd have like 10,000 people coming every week just because we're on iHeartRadio, as opposed to us being independent. Now I know it is different for music, sure, but it's kind of a similar situation because it's like it's the distribution and it's like how it's being distributed out there, and it's the platform being distributed too.
But it depends, like how Sion said, right?
Is the easy part.
I think the distribution part, yes,
is the easy part. Because
I know, but it's so like you get a free commercial.
So you could go United Masters, you could do Distro. I use DistroKid. I pay $20 a year and can upload as many songs as I want. Like and it'll just put it on Spotify, Apple, all that for me for the most part, which is cool. But then it's the marketing is what the label would actually be helpful with, because they have a further reach than you do. Like you post your whatever on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you use, and cool. But like, just as well as from just being a regular person, like, when you're sitting on your phone looking at stories, like 9 times out of 10, you're not even really watching the stories. Your thumb is just tapping away. Like, what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're fake watching those. Like, it'll say you got all these views, but it's like, that's just because your thumb lingered for like half a second longer than before. Like, you know what I mean? So
yeah. I do. You're going?
I would say with the independent grind is like a lot of that is networking too, and it's just meeting people and being in the room with different people, like just meeting people, getting numbers, information, contacting people. Like, whereas if you're like a signed industry artist, a lot of those contacts are already just there because they're there and they're like serious contacts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, for me, it's like been like I meet people at like the little small shows I do around here, like, which is cool. Like some people definitely like you'll meet and it'll definitely be beneficial. Like, for example, my homie Kello from PG, like he was doing like little basement shows and little house party shows and stuff like that we were all doing back in like 2018, 19. And then now like Kello is on the road doing shows all the time. Like he did a show in Philly, like he did a show in New York, like he's traveling, like doing shows now, like just off of him just talking to people at shows and events and networking his ass off. Like me, I'm not as good at that because like I'm a talker, but I'm like a talker when I like you two, like I damn near lived with both of you for like a couple of years, so like y'all are like that's nothing, like that's the same as like knocking on my sister's door and talking to her. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's different. But like, it takes a special kind of person to just kind of talk to like all these people you've never met, don't really know, like, and like make something out of it. But I don't know. I think there's benefits to being on a label. There's benefits to being independent, and there's drawbacks to both.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just comes down to the work you put in.
Yeah,
what you're gonna get out.
I agree. My pushback to labels is just because I've been watching a lot of these documentaries and stuff. Like, I just feel the artist,
you lose a lot of creative control if you're not careful too, which is
that's my thing. The artist goes into these deals. He doesn't own his masters. His royalties get stolen from, or he doesn't even know where his royalties are going. And it's like,
because you're not the one filling out that paperwork, unfortunately, is what the problem is.
So
for a lot of artists, but some artists, like if you hire a decent lawyer before and get everything squared away, then the label thing wouldn't be such a problem for a lot of people. But they don't think that way. They just see the money and they see the fame. I think also like you gotta like independent is somewhat of a harder route, but also easier in that sense. Cause like you can make a song and put it out when you want to. You can work with who you want to, when you want to. Labels a lot of times there'll be songs like there's probably millions of songs of like, you know, when you're sitting there and like, damn, I wish such and such did a song with such and such. That song probably exists. It clearances and stuff like happen. Mm-hmm. Like I was just watching like the Drink Champs interview with
Turk.
Yep. And he was saying, he's like, yeah, I got a song with Wayne and Kodak and me, but it won't see the light of day because of like label stuff, clearances. Not Birdman, just clearances with labels. Like whoever, it's probably not even Birdman because Birdman, Cash Money is more or less an independent label.
Yeah, it might not be now. No, I think him and Master P at one point, they were the only
independent labels.
No, joint venture labels that were making more than the actual parent company.
So, and my bet is that it's whoever Kodak is signed to that really prevented that from happening than Wayne and Cash Money's in. Because I don't see why Cash Money would have as big of an issue like putting a song with Turk and Wayne out. Like that'd be very beneficial for Cash Money.
Mm-hmm.
Like very beneficial. Like, are you kidding me?
Shout out to Turk. I have to go back and watch it. I saw some clips and Turk is an interesting character, bro.
I love Turk, bro. I love Turk. He's not my favorite out of the Hot Boys, but I like all of them, but
interesting character.
BG's my guy forever and a day. But
shout out to the whole Cash Money movement, man. They that was a
underhanded business dealings and all.
That's another thing, right? Because that's why if you're an artist, man, just go into this thing. Because I know artists are just always worried about the creative. Just try to like do your search on the business a little, because the way they like.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm not even as an artist. Like I don't look at the business stuff at all usually because I'm not thinking about that. But I'm also at the very bottom level of all of this, so I don't really have to worry about that right now.
Knowing your worth, but all right.
I did have a song get taken down on some copyright stuff off of SoundCloud of all places. Apple and everything is still up, but
didn't somebody sample
no, it wasn't even a sample. It was somebody else had used the beat that I'd used, and I guess it bought the rights. I went and listened to the song. Oh my God, it was terrible. It was so bad. And I was upset. I was hot about that. But it like stuff like that does happen though. Like, so you definitely do gotta learn something about the business end of everything.
Yeah. So aspiring artists, podcasters, know the business. All right, I think we gotta close. We're about to close now. But yeah, Sion, we appreciate you coming on here, man.
Anytime.
It's been a minute. You've been, doing your thing. I see you on IG doing your shows with Kuzan and everything. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Kuzan too.
Yeah. I'm playing Baltimore on the 15th. So next week.
Nice. But yeah, thanks for coming on. Let them know your handle.
On IG, you can find me at Vice Admiral Purple. My old squad captain account got hacked, and I've not been able to get that back. So we are moving off of the Vice Admiral Purple account for the time being. Instagram or Twitter, it's still Big Boss Purple. You can find me there. Music-wise, on all platforms, it'll be Big Boss Purple, $2 on the S's and Boss. Mm-hmm. And production coming very soon under a different alias. Okay. You'll be looking for Purple Man on the beat. So on the beat. And so yeah, I have a BeatStars page. It's up, but I haven't been uploading yet. There's like 2 beats uploaded to it right now. So If you want to purchase some beats, you know what I mean? Find me at BeatStars or hit me up directly. But yeah, outside of that, this is one of the few times I'm actually not working on any projects for real right now. Me and Kuzan still have an album in the works, but that's just the way life has been set up. That's taking a back seat for right now. But yeah, like I said, currently not working on no project. So now is a great time. If any of you that listen or tune into the podcast are artists and want to do some work, whether it's on the production end or vocal end, let me know. I also do some mixing, freelance mixing, audio engineering. If you don't want to holler at me, High Life Studios, Rockville, Maryland. I work out of there, or if I like you, you can come to the crib. But yeah, and I think that's it as far as all my handles and all the social stuff.
Okay, all right. Our handle is
Fat Purple 36 on Xbox if you're trying to play the game.
Xbox. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hey, Chris, you gonna have to edit this part. Hey,
1 second for what? Were you looking up your stuff?
No, I forgot our handle.
I'm pretty sure we're at the official Kickback podcast.
Okay. Let's rewind that. So, our official, our handle is at the official Kickback podcast on IG. Still working on the Twitter. My personal one is at Peter, or it's at Kofi Peter on IG and at Peter Kofi on Twitter. Chris?
My personal is Big Chris _57. No, yeah. Big Chris _57 on Twitter, and everybody loves Chris on IG.
All right. Thanks for the listen. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe. That's what we need. Go on the pop. Yeah, and share. Go on if you're listening on the audio, on wherever, Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review and let us know what you think. But till then, love you.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
No problem, bro. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of The Kickback. We're available on all podcasting platforms, and we ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And do us a favor and hit that notification bell too. And please rate and review us on any platform available. And as always, we like you, we love you, but we gotta go. Bye.